Today on the table, I'm bringing you the M&P 15-22. Because 22 ammunition is actually available again, this does have a place. Before it really didn't, because at the price that these came in, you'd be better off getting an AR-15 because you could actually get ammo for an AR. For basically $50 more, if you catch like a Delton on sale, you can get a normal AR-15 and 5.56. So is it really worth going with the 22? Inside, where I think this actually has an advantage over most 22s is typically, because it's a rim fire, your firing pin will slam into the side of the barrel if you dry fire it. This one uses a very thick firearm and it doesn't seem like it really hits the side of the barrel. You get an AR-15 look. With rails you can put stuff on. This particular firearm is used, so the person had put on a scope, but it'll typically just come with Magpul flip-up sights. Not a fan of these sights at all, but at least it's sights on a rifle. There's a lot of AR-15s you can buy that don't even come with sights. Magazine's pretty hokey, and it's got that open window right there where dust or whatever could get in there and cause you some problems. The stock is a 6 position. Your shortest position, I had a tape measure, I think it's like 10 inches. Yeah, you'll have a 10-inch length of pull. And this rifle is pretty light. Even with all this stuff on there, it still weighs a touch under 6 pounds. And they're boasting 5, and I believe that's true. This has probably got to weigh about a pound. Your rail is carbon fiber, or not carbon fiber, polymer. Same with your upper receiver, lower receiver, pistol grip, stock, buffer tube, charging handle. So that's kind of like eh. Now they did hit a lot of parts that, you know, really matter, like your sling swivel. This is metal. Trigger's metal. Mag release metal. Same with your bolt stop. Now the pins, they don't seem to fit in there right. They look too short. This one's all the way pushed over to one side and there's a pretty large gap. And it does kind of look like there might be a little bit of wallowing in the hole. Nothing substantial though. But the customer had said he had put 800 rounds to this rifle. Now either he had cleaned it over that period of time, because it's a little bit too clean for 800 rounds, but there has definitely been some use on it. He said it was 100% reliable. Of course, he was trying to sell us the firearms, so of course they're going to say that. But it does seem to be okay. The barrel seems to be made okay too. This also comes with your standard 5.56 threading, and because a 22 bullet diameter is the same as a 5.56, you could throw on your 5.56 can on here. Would I pick this over, say, I don't know, a Ruger 10/22? A proven design that we know works. Especially where these had a lot of issues when they first came out. For whatever reason, they were having a problem with ejecting and they were just malfunction machines. From what I understand, that problem's been taken care of. So that is something you're going to want to be aware of, because if you were to buy, because this is a sport, if you were to buy an older sport, or how does it go? The really old sports ran, and then there was this area where they didn't run, and then apparently they're running again. So you got to play the lottery. If you don't know it's a new rifle, there's a chance that it may not run. So would I pick this over a Mini 14? If I'm looking for a training rifle similar to an AR-15, since 22 ammo is widely available and it's insanely cheap, you know, I could get a lot of practicing on the platform. All your controls are in the same place, so everything except for the recoil, the knowledge you're going to gain off this, like how to run the rifle, how to use all your controls, is going to transfer over. And that's the key. Trigger time. The more trigger time you have, the better you'll get. And if you're on a familiar platform, taking that trigger time over to your AR-15, it will transfer over. We're on like a Ruger 10/22, it's not going to transfer over. There's different set of skills, the safety's in a different location, the magazine works differently. Actual, like, durable and reliability, I do think the Ruger 1022 does have an edge over this. The Ruger 1022 just seems like it's built a little bit better. I was trying to find out if they use a hammer forged barrel, and I couldn't find that. A Ruger 1022 uses a hammer forged barrel, wood stock. A lot of the parts now are plastic, like your barrel band and everything. But the point is, the Ruger 1022 is built more rugged. This, however, has transferable skills. Now, if you're trying to get a kid into shooting, this might not be a bad way. One, it looks cool, so they're actually going to want to shoot it. It's not like a bolt action 22 where they're like, it's cool to shoot, but This looks like something they see on their video games or movies. Not to mention, this collapses down 4 inches shorter than a Ruger 1022. Now you can collapse it out, or extend it out, I guess you'd call it. You'll have a 14-inch length of pull. Typically, like on your modern hunting rifles and that, I see about a 14.25, somewhere in there. So, this is your standard size. So if you're shooting it and you like a longer rifle, here you go. This will fit you. If your kid's shooting it, as they start growing up, keep pulling it out. So I do see a place for this as a trainer rifle that you can shoot very cheaply, or getting your kid into the firearms sport. And it's very important to get them in as young as possible because knowledge and safety go hand in hand. The more they know about the firearm, the more they'll be safer with the firearms. And we live in America. We live in America. You could literally throw a rock and it'll probably land on a firearm. So it's very important kids should have the basic firearm skills at least. And this would be an enticing way to get them into it. So, let's say I'm at the store. I see this on the shelf. Would I or would I not buy it? I would buy it if, one, I already own a normal AR-15. If you don't own a normal AR-15, buy that. Then buy this if you can afford it later. Or two, if I'm trying to get my child into a rifle. So if you're getting this to get a child into a rifle, or you're looking for a training rifle, I say pull the trigger on it. As a first rifle, no. As your only 22, no. If I was only going to buy one 22 rifle, it would be a Ruger 1022. But that's my opinion on it. If you'd like to check out any of my other videos, click on the cards up here. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.